Here at home, in September, the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation said that more than 3 million housing units will be needed by 2030. So today, the federal government announced new money to build thousands of units, including 300 that will be affordable, in part by unlocking federal properties across Canada. Minister of Public Services and Procurement, Jean-Yves Duclos, said they made an announcement this hour.
I'm pleased today to announce that Canada Lands Company, through its agreements with developers, is enabling the construction of an additional 2,800 housing units by the end of March 2024 in a number of different communities. This includes housing projects in Calgary, Edmonton, St. John's, and Ottawa.
The CBC's Olivia Stefanovic is on this story for us. So, Olivia, tell us a little bit more about what was said in that announcement.
Well, Arthi, this is the type of housing announcement that opposition parties have been pushing the federal government to make, converting surplus federal land into housing units. Now, as you mentioned, according to the Canada Housing and Mortgage Corporation, Canada needs at least 3.5 million more housing units by 2030 just to meet the explosive demand that's out there. So the government today announcing perhaps a first step in this new approach that it's taking, 2,800 new housing units, they say, will be built by next March on 6 surplus federal properties. And these housing units will be located in 4 key cities. These include, as Minister Duclos mentioned, Edmonton, Calgary, St. John's, Newfoundland, and Ottawa. And 300 of these 2,800 housing units that are expected to be built by next spring are going to be affordable housing units, which will hopefully, the government says, help ease the housing demand in those cities. Now, this is all being led by the Canada Lands Company, which is a Crown corporation that's been doing work for the government, working with developers to repurpose federal properties since the 1990s. And Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland says the government is taking a new approach to look at all the surplus land and properties it has to find more ways to build new houses on the federal properties. Let's take a listen to what she had to say about that.
I do think that Canadians across the country recognize that housing is one of our country's biggest challenges and one of our most urgent priorities. I think Canadians are also recognize, Canada is really special in that we are a growing country. We have a growing population. I believe this is a tremendous social and also economic strength. In order to be a growing country, we have to build more homes faster.
Now, the other issue that Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland addressed during her press conference in the question and answer period is about an issue that the premiers are now bringing forward, an emerging issue on the housing front. And this has to do with these deals that Ottawa is signing directly with municipalities through the Housing Accelerator Fund. Now, the provinces are left out of this, and we heard from premiers yesterday at their meeting in Halifax raising concerns, saying that they even are considering enacting legislation to stop Ottawa from making these deals with municipalities without the province's input. So Chrystia Freeland, she said at this press conference today, Arthi, that she's disappointed, especially since provinces did seem to think this was a good idea before, and now this is another